A very good afternoon to all of you. It's 2 o'clock, it's Wednesday afternoon, and it's time for your quarantine choir rehearsal. I hope you're all very well wherever you are, whether you're joining us live or whether you're joining us later on. It's a great pleasure to have you with us. The choir is growing rapidly. We now have 2,014 subscribers. Heading in the right direction, everybody. Thank you very much for your support. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. It doesn't cost you anything. It takes but a moment. Just click that red button down below the video, and if you click the little bell next to that button, you'll get an email every time we go live. You can click on the link and come straight through, and you'll also get access to things like occasionally I put out extra stuff. I put out polls where I ask for your opinion on what we should do, and if you're a subscriber you get to take part in that, and you can comment when we're here live, and it's always lovely to see and hear from you. Now today we're going to sing some beautiful pieces, and several of these pieces are special requests, so we're going to start in a moment with our customary warm-up. We'll then have a little sing through The River is Flowing, that beautiful Native American piece, and as I've said, if you need the score for that, you can go and get that. That's down in the description of this video. Just click the little arrow just below me, where it says click here for scores and more information. That will unfold. You'll find all the lyrics, and at the top of each song where there is a score, you can follow a link and you can go and get your score. We'll follow that with the Island HERDMAID, which was a piece that we learnt a couple of days ago, and this is a companion to the beautiful Eriskay Love Lilt. We'll then learn a new song. This one is Roses of Picardy, a beautiful song from the early years of the 20th century, music by Hayden Wood, and words by West Country gentleman Fred Weatherly, who lived and worked in Bath, depending on your pronunciation. Absolutely gorgeous piece, and it's arranged by our good friend Eric Wetherill, and so we'll be singing that through. It's in 4 parts. We'll see how much time we've got in order to get through all of that. And we finish today with the Eriskay Love Lilt, which is a special request. So everybody, I hope you've got your drink of water handy. If I can invite you all please to stand. And if standing isn't on the menu, then that of course is absolutely fine. If you want to just bring yourself to the edge of your chair, give yourself that straight back and long neck as we always do, and just make sure your feet are either flat on the floor or pointing in that general direction. And those of you that are standing, please plant your feet, make sure they're really good and solid. Swing your weight left and right, and just allow that weight to settle so you feel your weight pressing down into the floor and balanced evenly between your feet. If you can make your knees nice and soft, please, everybody. And just give yourself, as with the people who are sitting down, a straight back and a long neck. And if everyone can make sure their chin is at 90 degrees to the rest of their body, please, that'll just make sure that the sound is coming out in an appropriately healthy way. We don't want to tuck the chin under too much. Neither do we want to sing like we're a rock singer like this. Okay? And as we're doing this, just make sure, please, that you're beginning to think about allowing yourself to start to relax. And it is a matter about allowing yourself. Sometimes with what's going on in the world, with what's going on in your lives, you know, we carry a lot with us, and sometimes we just have to put that down for a little bit. And that's what this is for me, you know, with whatever's going on in my life, with all the work that's going on and trying to look after my family and all my friends. This is just an opportunity for me to take that off and to make music and to help other people. So give yourself permission to start relaxing. Let your neck and shoulders start to relax. And just to help that process, we're going to take our nice deep breaths in and out. And just in your own time, take some nice deep breaths. And use this as an opportunity to really center yourself and bring yourself to from wherever you were into this space. And we're not actually at this point in our houses, in our front rooms, in our bedrooms, wherever we are. We are now in this virtual space. We're all connected by this fantastic technology that allows me to sit here in Bristol and talk to all of you live. And so bring yourself into this space. Let anything else go for now. Let's take those breaths in together. And again, a nice deep breath in and blow the air out. Fantastic. And continue to allow your shoulders and neck to relax. And as you're doing that, just as we always do, roll your shoulders around whichever direction you want to start in. Just keep this nice and slow and gentle, and continue to breathe deeply as you're doing this. Well done, everybody. Now roll your shoulders forward the other way. Big circles with your shoulders, keeping them nice and smooth. If you feel any jerky sensations, jerky movements in your shoulders, just be careful. Just be gentle with yourselves. And bring your shoulders up to your ears and let them fall. Thank you, everybody. Take a nice deep breath in and sigh. That's great. Another nice deep breath in and say thanks for me. Thanks. That's great. We use that word. It's a great way of getting rid of lots of air in one word, because every single part of it is about projecting air. Thanks. So let's take a nice deep breath in with an open mouth and say thanks together. Thanks. And one more big deep breath. Thanks. Oh, you're very welcome, everybody. You're very welcome. And we will now start by singing, and we're going to go. We're going to slide from the first note up to the fifth above and back down again. Ready and. And a yeah, 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 yeah. And one more, yeah, yeah, yeah. Very nice, everybody. Thank you very much indeed. And so I'm going to have a sip of my drink. I invite you all to do the same. We'll carry on in a moment with our warm-up. And just check in on people. Hello to my lovely friend Heather. Wonderful to see you. Hello to Isabel. Lovely to see you. Sing some Pearsall. Oh, nice idea. Nice idea. Or something composed by women. We have. The Island Herdmaid and the Eriskay Love Lilt are both arrangements by a lady. And we've had lots of pieces composed by women. And so I will continue to program beautiful music. They will be composed by whichever gender. I really am not fussed one way or the other, as long as the music is good. But today we have two, in fact 3 out of the 4 pieces today are composed by ladies. So we'll start with The River is Flowing, this beautiful, beautiful piece. Okay, if you've been on the channel a while, you'll know this one. And it goes, the river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, will you carry me down to the sea? One more time. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, will you carry me down to the sea? Great. Now what we'll do, as we often do, if you're standing in the room with somebody else, try singing this one line apart. If you don't know the piece very well, you can sing with me, or you can start 1 or even 2 lines apart. And let's see if we can get some harmony going. Here we go. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, will you carry me down to the sea? One more time. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, will you carry me down to the sea? Thank you, everybody. I declare you warm. At least vocally. All right. So let's have a little look at this lovely piece that we sang through just a couple of days ago. This is the Island HERDMAID. I'm just going to get my lilt songs. So yes, just as Isabel was saying, this song was sung by a lady, and it was then written down and arranged by Marjorie Kennedy Fraser in the early years of the 20th century. And this was published in 1917, came out of copyright about 10, 15 years ago. And it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. So let's sing this through. Now, if you weren't here on Monday, if you don't know this one, it's a repeating verse. So once you've got the shape of the first verse, it will make a bit more sense. In fact, why don't we just sing that first verse together? And then we'll sing all the way through, and everyone can sing along, regardless of whether they were here on Monday or not. Here we go. Grows the yarrow in yonder grove, bites the yarrow when waters rove. Dew o'er the dawn and dew o'er gloamin, keep thee fair till wakens love. And that's the first verse. Okay, so very quickly, the tune is da 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 da. Just sing that to da for me. And da 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 da. Just make sure you're going all the way down to that note. Okay, so sing that one more time to da. And da 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 da. Then we go up a fourth. We sing da 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 da. Everybody. Da 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 da. Excellent. And then we sing da 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 da. And da 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 da. And then da 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 da. Everybody. Da da da. Excellent. So that's how the tune goes for all four verses. All I would say to you, ladies and gentlemen, good friends, is don't over-sing this one. Keep it light and lilting. If you're a tenor or a soprano, keep those high notes as quiet and as beautiful as you can. Basses and altos, again, don't over-sing. I know that high note is a D, which is quite high for you, but if necessary, go up into falsetto rather than belt it. All right? So here we go. Yes, no, just to respond to Anne, she said, not the lonely goat herd, no, the island herdmaid. Yodelay. We have to do some yodeling on the channel at some point. We have to. Okay, here we go. From the beginning, the island herdmaid. Enjoy, everybody. Grows the yarrow in yonder grove, bites the yarrow when waters rove. Dew o'er the dawn and dew o'er gloamin, keep thee fair till wakens love. Herds a maiden in yonder grove, laughter of streams in her eyes of love. Sweet her call when flocks awander, calls my heart, sweet herdmaiden she. Hide her beauty, nor tell her name, two red cheeks like the rasps in flame. Innocent she as Mary Mother, calls my heart, sweet herdmaiden she. And back to the beginning. Grows the yarrow in yonder grove, bites the yarrow when waters rove. Dew o'er the dawn and dew o'er gloamin, keep thee fair till wakens its love. Thank you, everybody. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful song? I have to say, it's one of those tunes that when I taught it, I thought, oh, that's rather nice. And I found myself singing it and humming it as I go around the house, as I go around our tiny but fairly well trampled garden. I just found myself singing it. It's a lovely piece. I hope you're enjoying it as well. So how are we doing? Just a quick glance over at the comments. So Peter's is saying it's not about the river yarrow. So as I said when we learnt this one, it's about the flower, and the idea is that as it says here, the yarrow is the plant one pulls on May Day to see how the love course is running. So there you go. If you're in any doubt, and it's not far off, in any doubt as to how your love course is running, find a yarrow, pull it out the ground on May Day, and check the roots. And if the roots are looking good and strong, then apparently your love course has some interesting futures ahead. If it's not looking so good, well, you have my apologies. Okay, my sympathies. So, oh, hello, Breeder. Lovely to see you. Singing softly along. That's the perfect way to sing this music. And with that in mind, everybody, let's have a look at today's very special piece. Oh, what's happened to the words? Did I do the words? I thought I had done. Oh, it's that time again when Ben needs to cut and paste. I could have sworn I did them. I'm sure I have, but... Right, bear with me a second, everybody. So I'm just going to pop across to this home choir channel and grab the words from this chap who goes on the internet and sings every day. Okay, so just pause that. And I'm going to grab those, because you've got the words, but I don't have them up on the screen. Here we go. So copy and paste. This is how you know it's a live broadcast. So insert new slide, paste. A bazillion words will appear all at once. No! Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, so this new piece, I'll quickly explain whilst I also copy and paste. So this piece was written in the early years of the 20th century. It's by a composer called Hayden Wood, and the words are by Fred Weatherly, who I've already said was a native of Bath, or Bath, depending on whereabouts in Bath or Bath you live. And this particular piece was arranged by our friend of the channel, my good friend and mentor, Eric Wetherall. And I first encountered this piece when he shared it with me for my Colston's Girls' School choir. So I used to be director of music at Colston's Girls' School in Bristol many years ago. And when I went and joined the school, I realised that the majority of the songs that I knew were soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and I needed some nice pieces for SSA, 2 sopranos and alto. And Eric very, very kindly let me use his pieces, and so the rest is history. So this is a beautiful, beautiful song. I really think you're going to enjoy it. It's a complicated arrangement. It has 4 parts going at one point. And so what we'll do is we'll learn the tune today, and we may learn a couple of bits of harmony, but we'll come back to this one and we'll learn all of the harmony parts. This is one that I might even feature on Quarantine Chorus, and make sure we can sing it all beautifully. So let's have a look at it. I'll sing the first verse or so, first verse and chorus, and so you get a bit of an idea of how it goes. And it is a very, very beautiful, very lyrical arrangement. It goes like this. Oh no, put it in the right key, England. Here we go. She's watching by the poplars, Collinette with the sea blue eyes. She is watching and longing and waiting where the long white roadway lies. And a song stirs in the silence as the wind in the boughs above She listens and starts and trembles. 'Tis the first little song of love. Roses are shining in Picardy, in the hush of the silver dew. Roses are flowering in Picardy, but there's never a rose like you. And the roses will die with the summertime, and our roads may be far apart, but there's one rose that dies not in Picardy. 'Tis the rose that I keep in my heart. Isn't that a lovely, lovely tune? Some beautiful, beautiful harmonies as well, and quite a complicated piano part that I'm not going to attempt whilst I'm also singing the main melody. But I will, as I say, I think we'll do this one as a quarantine chorus piece. I'll record the backing so we get the full effect of it. So let's have a little look at that tune for those who don't know it. I've realised I can no longer see the comments and see how people are getting on. So let me just bring you back. Excellent. Okay. So here we go. From the very beginning, she is watching by the poplars. Okay, so I'll sing. Would you please be so kind as to sing back to me? 1, 2, 3. She's watching by the poplars, and she is watching by the poplars. Excellent. Just be careful when you're coming down. That note there, by the poplars. Okay, quite easy to go flat on that one. Just smile as you sing it. In fact, the whole thing needs to be sung with a bit of a nostalgic smile. So let's sing that one more time. She's watching. 2, 3. She is watching by the poplars. Excellent. Then we sing Colinette with the sea blue eyes, and Colinette with the sea blue eyes. Excellent. And the note on eyes is 3 beats. So from the beginning, she's watching by the poplars. 1, 2, 3. She is watching by the poplars. Colinette with the sea blue eyes. Excellent. And then the next line. She is watching and longing and waiting. Everybody. She is watching and longing and waiting. Excellent. Where the long white roadway lies. Everybody. Where the long white roadway lies. Excellent. So let's go from she is watching and longing and waiting. When you sing longing, obviously put some of that emotion into your singing, okay? But not too loud. This is still quite quiet. 1, 2, 3. She is watching and longing and waiting where the long white roadway lies. Excellent. Well done. So let's sing from the beginning to there. Of course, this music comes back in the next verse. I've just seen. I just need to take that line off there because the next verse starts and the years fly on forever. There we go. Marvellous. So let's sing from the beginning. She's watching by the poplars. Okay, here's a little introduction. And she is watching by the poplars, Colinette with the sea blue eyes. She is watching and longing and waiting where the long white roadway lies. Lovely stuff. Well done. And then from there, we have a lovely bit of magic, and we get very quiet, and all quiet for 3 or 4 bars. We sing, and a song stirs in the silence. 1, 2, 3, and a song stirs in the silence. And then, as the wind in the boughs above, as the wind in the boughs above, and there, through the bows above, we're going to go from very quiet to a forte. We're going to get louder, particularly through bows above. So back to and a song, please, and keep it really quiet. 1, 2, 3, and a song stirs in the silence as the wind in the boughs above. Excellent. And then she listens and starts and trembles, and she listens and starts and trembles, and then 'tis the first little song of love, and 'tis the first little song of love. Excellent. And then a couple of things. When you sing love, can you make it as in lava? Nice tall mouth there. And when we sing song of love, we're just going to hold on that penultimate note of that phrase. So, 'tis the first little song of love. And of course, we're getting quieter all the way through. Lovely stuff. So let us please go back to the beginning. Oh, Kit Kat is in the comments acting as our... well, she's looking everything up, okay? So she's our quiz master. And she said, Colinette isn't a real word. Well, it's a name. And she's now said, Colinette is a girl's name, is a Greek name, and it means people of victory. And it's an alternate form of Colleen, or the feminine of Colin. There you go. So I don't know if we have any Collins watching, but if we do, you're very welcome. Any Colinettes, for that matter. So from the beginning to the end of that first verse. And of course, that first verse will apply almost identically to the second. Here we go. She is watching by the poplars, Colinette with the sea blue eyes. She is watching and longing and waiting where the long white roadway lies. And a song stirs in the silence as the wind in the boughs above. She listens and starts and trembles. 'Tis the first little song of love. Excellent, everybody. Now we get slightly slower, and the chorus is: roses are shining in Picardy, and roses are shining in Picardy. Excellent. One more time for luck. 2, 3, and roses are shining in Picardy. Excellent. Then we go back to that note and we sing: in the hush of the silver dew, and in the hush of the silver dew. Excellent. Couple of things with that. Obviously, to begin with, as quiet as you can. Roses are shining. Lots of sh and a dropped jaw and ining to get that lovely sound. And then in the hush of the silver dew. When you sing the hush, unlike normally when a conductor says don't put lots of sh in, because we're singing the word hush, it's onomatopoeic, so we sing in the hush of the silver dew, and it makes it really magical. So let's sing that first line. Roses are shining, or first two lines of the chorus. Roses are shining in Picardy in the hush of the silver dew. Here we go. 2, 3, and roses are shining in Picardy in the hush of the silver dew. Excellent. And now we get a fair bit louder, not too loud because we still have somewhere to go, but we sing: roses are flowering in Picardy, and roses are flowering in Picardy. And when you sing flowering, you're going up to that high note, drop your jaw, and make that a lovely shape to that phrase. Sing it one more time and enjoy yourselves. And roses are flowering in Picardy. Excellent. And we start on that note and we sing: but there's never a rose like you. And we get louder through that, but there's never a rose like you. We pull back again. Okay, 1, 2, 3. But there's never a rose like you. Excellent. Let's go from the beginning of the chorus. Roses are shining. There's your notes. 2, 3, and roses are shining in Picardy, in the hush of the silver dew. Roses are flowering in Picardy, but there's never a rose like you. Lovely, everybody. We then sing, and the roses will die with the summertime, and the roses will die with the summertime. Excellent. And then we sing, and our roads may be far apart. And this is where we're getting to the real emotional core of this song. So, and our roads may be far apart with me, and our roads may be far apart. And then we sing, but there's one rose that dies not in Picardy. 2, 3, but there's one rose that dies not in Picardy. 'Tis the rose that I keep in my heart. 'Tis the rose that I keep in my heart. Isn't that a lovely, lovely tune? They don't write tunes like that anymore, do they, ladies and gentlemen? So let's go right back to the start of the chorus. Roses are shining, and keep it really quiet until, well, we swell slightly, but there's never a rose like you. We take it down again. The roses will die with the summertime, and our roads may be far apart. But there's one rose that dies not in Picardy. 'Tis the rose that I keep in my heart. And when we get there, you'll hear the harmony does something unexpected. And we go on to the next verse. Okay, so let's sing the chorus all together, please, everybody. Roses are shining. There's your notes. Nice deep breath and not too loud. Roses are shining in Picardy, in the hush of the silver dew. Roses are flowering in Picardy, but there's never a rose like you. And the roses will die with the summertime, and our roads may be far apart. But there's one rose that dies not in Picardy. 'Tis the rose that I keep in my heart. And then we sing this next verse. And the years fly on forever, till the shadows veil the skies. But he loves to hold her hands and to look in her sea blue eyes. And she sees the road by the poplars where they met in the bygone years. For the first little song of the roses is the last little song she hears. We sing, roses are shining in Picardy, in the hush of the silver dew. Roses are flowering in Picardy, but there's never a rose like you. And the roses will die with the summertime, and our roads may be far apart. But there's one rose that dies not in Picardy. 'tis the rose that I keep in my heart. And then we sing just at the end, roses of Picardy. And that's the very end. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song? And Anne is saying this is a song that was made popular during World War One, and a lot of it is obviously very much to do with people saying goodbye forever. And such beautiful music to come out of such sadness. But of course we sing it today to remember and to pay respect to them. Now look, that very end, it would be really nice if we could just sing those last 4 bars in 4-part harmony, because I sang that roses, I sang it in falsetto, and anybody out there who's an alto or a bass would have just sort of raised an eyebrow and thought that's a little bit on the loud side, high side. So at the very end, we get this really beautiful, very moving set of chords that Eric's written. We get this, it's very loud. The basses sing roses of Picardy. With me please, basses, after 2, 1, 2. Roses of Picardy. So da-da-dum for you, okay? Tenors, you actually get your note from the piano. It goes, and it's roses of Picardy, and you need to float that, particularly gentlemen tenors, okay? It's not loud, it is high in your range, so I would make that a light sort of head voice sound, okay? So tenors please, 1, 2. Roses of Picardy. One more time, and roses of Picardy. Lovely. Altos, it's roses of Picardy. Okay. After 2, 1, 2. Roses of Picardy. And again, keep it as light as you can. If it's too high, sing the tenor line, I would suggest. And then sopranos, this is just at the very, very top of your comfortable range. Make sure it floats, and you sing 1, 2. Roses of Picardy. Okay, so the whole thing together is sopranos there, altos, tenors, e basso. And after 2, give it a try, everybody. 1, 2. 1, 2. Lovely. Let's do one more time with me playing the right soprano note at the end. Sorry about that. It's roses of Picardy, not up to the G. One more time. And 1, 2. Roses of Picardy. It's such a beautiful piece. Well, look, everybody, we'll come back to that one in the coming days and weeks. If you have a chance to download the score, you'll be able to see that there are soprano sections and tenor and bass sections, and we'll take that to pieces and we'll have a look at it in more detail. But I wanted to introduce it to you today. I'm sure you'll agree Eric's arrangement is beautiful. I just want to share one thing with you, actually, which you won't see in the score because I've just put the chorus parts in. But his piano part, typical for Eric, is gorgeous, and it's full of images, of pictures. Obviously, a lot of the time he just has the piano shutting up to just allow the harmony to go above, but he's put this lovely and it's the petals falling, isn't it? Da, da, da. there's always this sense of sadness. It's tinged with sadness, this beauty tinged with sadness, that the roses will bloom but not for long. It's such a beautiful piece. Well, look, everybody, I really hope you enjoyed that, and we are going to sing the last piece for today. I'm just going to drag this up to the top of my words so that I have it handy when we look at it next time, and we're going to sing the Eriskay Love Lilt. You want to see the t-shirt? Okay, those people want to see the t-shirt. This is a special, my mum bought me this. It's the band with rocks in, and if you are a fan of Terry Pratchett, which I am, and you've read his book Soul Music, you'll understand the reference. And as I say, my mum bought me this t-shirt, so I'm wearing it to say hello to mum. Hello, mum. And if you haven't read Terry Pratchett's books, it's a perfect time in isolation to read the wonderful work of Terry Pratchett. He wrote a whole series of books about a fictional land called Discworld, and you don't have to read them in order. In fact, don't read them in order. But if you look up soul music in particular, it's beautifully written. It's very, very funny. It's all about this fantasy world which has parallels with our world, and he drops in some incredibly funny jokes. The band with rocks in is literally the first rock band in Discworld, and it literally has rocks, and so it is rock music. Anyway, so there we are. Now, lots of people are saying, lots of people that they used to enjoy this, trying to work out what part you should do. Well, look, in all seriousness, Hazel, it's whatever suits you. All right, you sing whichever part you like. If you want to sing the tune an octave lower, if you want to sing the alto part lower, tenor part, it's whatever feels comfortable in your voice. If at any point you think that's too high, that's too low, switch to somebody else's part. That's the great thing about this choir model. Nobody's going to be next to you tutting and saying, well, you're not singing it right. At least I hope not. Lots of people saying they love Eric Weatherall's songs and arrangements. Thank you. If you have any messages that you'd like me to pass on to Eric, remember he's 94. He's really not in the best of health, but he is, he's loving messages of support. You can send them to me. I will send them on to his wonderful wife, Liz, who'll read them to him, and she'll respond to you if you do write. So if you would like to write to Eric, just send me an email, qchoir@homechoir.uk, and I will pass them all on to him. I am a huge fan, as you can probably tell, of Eric's music. I've got a special treat coming for you in a couple of weeks. I'm teasing you now. Quarantine Orchestra is it's on its way, and the first two pieces are both pieces by Eric Weatherall. I've got musicians all around the southwest currently working in isolation, playing and playing and playing and playing, and I'm going to mix it all together into an amazing mosaic video. Haven't tried it with this many people before, but it's going to be huge, and we will then share that with you as soon as it's ready. So look, to finish, everybody, we're going to sing this beautiful Eriskay Love Lilt, and those of you that have been on the channel since the beginning, back when there were only 10 subscribers, will remember this piece. And this, as I say, was a very special request, and it has a lot of meaning for a lot of people. And to the person who requested it, I'm sending you all my love today. You know exactly why we're doing this piece, and we all send our love to you on this very, very important day. So we're going to sing the Eriskay Love Lilt, everybody, and then I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for more fun and games. Do look out for more videos as I put them out. Vap and Sierra, as I've said, will be coming out hopefully tomorrow. Katie's working on another QC Kids, and if you're in the self-isolation choir, I made a little documentary about the composer Handel, which has gone up on that channel. So pop over there. It's only about 7 minutes. It'll tell you all about Handel and about why he composed Messiah. I'm quite proud of it. It took a lot of editing. Anytime you see a picture come on screen, that's a moment where I made a mistake and had to cut. There's lots of pictures coming up on screen. So we're going to sing this beautiful piece, and then I shall send you on your way for a beautiful day. Everybody with me. Fermi orofano, fermi orofani, fermi oro, sad am I without thee. When I'm lonely, dear white heart, black the night or wild the sea, love's light my foot finds, the old pathway to thee. Fare me on, Novano, fare me on, Novani, fare me on, oh, sad am I without thee. Thou'rt the music of my heart, harp of joy, O crute, O grief, moon of guidance by night, strength and light thou'rt to me. Fare me on, Rovano, fare me on, Rovani, fare me on, oh, sad am I without thee. Fare me on, Rovano, fare me on, Rovani, fare me on, oh, sad am I without thee. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to my dear friends of the Quarantine Choir. Thanks for joining me today, and thanks for your friendship and support. Do please get to know each other in the comments. If you want to share email addresses and get in touch and call each other and so on, that's the dream as far as I'm concerned. All of my lovely friends who I knew before lockdown, and all of you who I've met since, it's such a pleasure to know you all. Thank you for all your kindness and support. Now, if you want to give us a like, give us a thumbs up, that really helps us. I will see you tomorrow afternoon for some more beautiful singing. In the meantime, everybody, wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this, have a great day. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.